Welcome. I know why you're all here today. I think we have something in common. I think we all want to live a life that is filled with passion and purpose. Our purpose is oftentimes tied to our relationship or lack thereof with God and what truly gives our life meaning. But what is passion? Is it this strong, sometimes uncontrollable desire that people paint it to be? Well, if there's anything I've learned, it's that passion doesn't always arrive like a grand epiphany. It doesn't have to feel like a movie scene with dramatic music playing in the background. Sometimes it begins small. A small spark. Something subtle that quietly shifts everything you see in your life and how you see yourself. Finding passion doesn't always mean that your entire world will turn upside down, though. It doesn't even have to completely change the direction of your life to be meaningful. That's the thing about passion. It just has to get you excited. Many people imagine passion as something that demands a drastic transformation. They think it means walking away from a career, moving to a new city, reinventing themselves. Sometimes it even means leaving a 10, 20-year relationship because that passion is just gone. They expect this big, drastic change to break up the monotony of daily life in one sweeping movement. But passion does not always look like that. Sometimes it begins in an unexpected place, right where you are. And that's what happened to me. You see, I'd been in the military for 6 years. I joined when I was 18 years old. When I signed up for a week-long course to become a resiliency trainer. At the time, I did it to check a box. I needed training and some continued education for my yearly evaluation, and I thought it would be some great tools to bring home to my family to help us deal with the high pace, often isolating lifestyle that comes with being in the military. The goal of the course was simple. It was for you to become a trainer and to teach others coping skills, help them build some grit, and find some new ways to strengthen yourself along the way so that we all come out better. Instead, I learned much more. It opened my eyes to how powerful resiliency truly could be to a person. And not just for me, but for the airmen I serve alongside. Research backed this up. They used tons of data in the class. Studies showed that resiliency programs in the military significantly improve coping skills, mental health, and readiness for service members. What I felt for that week in that room, it wasn't just personal. It was something so much bigger. I felt part of something bigger. And then something truly unexpected happened. I fell in love with it. Standing in front of a room full of airmen, teaching them how to manage their stress, and then seeing the moment where it clicked, where they saw that they weren't managing, or, wow, I really don't have a way to cope, or, maybe I could reach out. Seeing that moment, that lit a spark for me. I realized that I was not just teaching a course. I was helping people carry the weight of a life that can so easily knock you down. That week gave me a passion I never saw coming. One that would change the way I viewed not only my role in the military, but my life. The psychology behind resiliency really fascinated me. I wanted to know more, to understand the science of how people cope, adapt, and grow. That curiosity led me to pursue my first degree, a bachelor's in forensic psychology, combining psychology with an element of law. I was hooked. Truly hooked for the first time. I was learning about topics that energized me, and for the first time in my entire life, education was not a requirement. It was something I craved. I never would have guessed that psychology, a topic I had barely considered at all, would become a driving force behind my education and my new life purpose. Researchers have found that passion often grows in unexpected ways through the right mix of personality and environment, not through dramatic life change. That was exactly my experience. Something as small as a training course I thought I would just go to for a week and learn a few skills and share them with others turned into a passion that continues to shape my life today, almost 6 years later. I found myself asking, what does this mean for my life, though? Do I need to change my career? The truth is, I did not and often do not love my day job. It is demanding, it is draining, and I do not find it fulfilling most of the time. But leaving was not an option. I had responsibilities to my family, to my children, to my husband, to carry on in my career and carry financial burdens, as we all do. So I asked myself a different question. How do I find purpose, following my newfound passion, nurturing this spark, while staying rooted in this career, staying where I am? That question really became a turning point for me. You see, instead of looking for an escape, I decided it was time to grow where I was planted. I pursued a master's degree in industrial and organizational psychology so that I could integrate what I was learning into my leadership. I wanted to bring that psychology and those methods into the workplace. If I could not leave my job, I could become a better leader, a better mentor, a better peer, and a better wingman. From there, many doors opened for me. I became a suicide prevention instructor, and then I became a sexual assault prevention instructor, and finally I became a victim advocate for the sexual assault prevention response program. Each step along the way allowed me to combine my education a little more, to combine psychology a little more with my role in the Air Force. Each role gave me another way to serve and to support my airmen and to make a difference. Here's what I've learned so far. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to uproot your life. You don't need to abandon years of hard work to find your purpose. You don't need to change the core principles of who you are or leave a relationship that may have hard days. Passion can show up often in the most unexpected of places, in opportunities that you may have never planned for. My career has little to do with psychology on the surface. In fact, nothing. Yet, the military has given me opportunities. In fact, it gave me the chance to take a resiliency course 1 week that uncovered a deeper calling for me. And that single spark ignited a fire that continues to guide my path today. Sparking a little bit of enthusiasm for something you enjoy can often bring your life more meaning than you ever truly thought of. and more purpose than you ever intended. So if you feel stuck, if you're feeling unfulfilled, do not think your purpose has to come from your job title or just what you do in your day-to-day monotonous job. I'm a maintainer. We turn wrenches. That is not psychology based. Taking care of my people is. So look for the small sparks. Look for those tiny moments that you feel light you up when you least expect them. Nurture them, chase them, and let them grow. For me, that spark became a passion for helping others, whether through education, advocacy, or simply just being present for those around me. My career may not revolve around psychology, resiliency, or even advocacy, but weaving those passions into my work, into my presence in my workplace, and into my personal life even, has brought me a deep sense of fulfillment I didn't think that I would have. When passion is balanced with family, work, responsibilities, it leads to a higher life satisfaction. Even if your career itself isn't the direct source of that passion. That balance is what allows me to thrive and continue to serve others without sacrificing myself, my relationship, or my career that gives my family the stability that we need to keep going. The truth is, you don't have to wait for a life-altering cosmic moment to discover a purpose. Sometimes passion hides in unexpected places, waiting for you to notice it. It could be a new possibility at work, a small responsibility you didn't think you would enjoy, a volunteer opportunity, planting a community garden, or volunteering at an animal shelter, or even a skill you never enjoyed imagining. Try out everything. Go make a quilt. Go knit a blanket. Try anything to find a spark in your free time. When you embrace that spark, no matter how small it may seem, it can grow into something that transforms everything. The way you live, the way you see the world, and the way you lead and help those around you. So here's my challenge to you. Pay attention. Be present in the moment. Practice mindfulness and grounding yourself so that even if you feel the smallest hint of a spark, you can grab it and you can hold it and you can find them in your own life. Don't dismiss them because they seem small and you don't think they'll make a difference. Don't dismiss them because someone else tells you they seem silly or they can't be your passion or your purpose. Everything is big enough to change your life if it brings you passion and purpose and joy. Nurture them, explore them, allow them to shape you in the way you serve others and yourself. Passion is not always about starting over. Sometimes it's as simple as growing your relationship with God, and sometimes it's about growing right where you are planted. My name is Brittany Head. I'm a student at Indiana Wesleyan University pursuing my master's degree in industrial and organizational psychology. And my goal today was to help you towards a life of unexpected sparks of passion that lead you towards pursuits of true life purpose. Even if that purpose is in the most unexpected of places, I hope that you find it and you do not let go until you find true joy and true happiness. Have a good day.